क्या कर रहे हो? ब्राइटनेस हाई करेंगे। नहीं नहीं, इधर है ना, साइड पे इधर जा रहा है। आई डोंट। माइक्रोफोन से करना है। कुछ भी इसमें एचडी ऑप्शन है, कुछ भी इसमें कैमरा। ये कैमरा एचडी है ना। Yeah. It's just a Sprite with the syrup. Sugar? Sprite. Lemon का कुछ? Lemon में check. Good man, good. Thank you so much. How are you? All good? Yeah. Abdullah, meet Deepak. Deepak Badra. This is Abdullah Gurkal.
Yeah, I have I've seen your video.
And his video is also, his interview is also there on this one. He's a very inspiring story.
Yeah.
But what you do? He's the personal finance guru. Okay. He get you sorted with like, you know.
I help on mindset basically. So with that process, finance also is sorted out. Yeah. I've started cash to game.
Yeah.
Playing since last 2 weeks. Small group. So anybody like, I'll put it. Yeah, did I put it in the group?
Is that same like that?
Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Deepak has been personally trained by Robert Kiyosaki.
Okay. And Bob Proctor.
So where is your venue? Next one I will attend.
It is in Business Village, if you know, near Clock Tower.
Okay, here only there. Okay.
Cha. You managed to contact Cha?
No, not yet.
No, he's in Germany now, but then he is invited by Chamber of Commerce. So he went with Chamber of Commerce delegation. Some exhibition in Germany. Be a great, let's say, participant on your show. He's has multiple businesses, IT, food. He's owner of Zad Kudran, Zad Store. Then owner of Chacha Roast Cafe, chain of Roast Cafe, and then he's having main business of IT in Nissan IT Solution, which which is that paperless documentation management. So really interesting.
So you'll carry on.
Yes, yes, yes.
What you do?
Actually, I work for a company. That is asset management.
Asset management. DIFC?
India. You are working in DFC?
No,
Okay.
I made my will in DIFC. That's why I forgot. You told probate. Something.
Huh?
Probate you use, no? Word probate or something? No.
No.
Asset management, what exactly?
It is actually family business. They are on capital, so they have invested in basket.
And you are managing
Not I am, but there is a team. I am a part of the
an
team.
Indian or no?
No. You are running for account.
No, I am into coaching, training and coaching.
Okay. I think your video last month or
Yeah,
very recent. I think.
I think 2 or 3 episode before.
Hi, I'm Abdullah.
I'm Alexia.
You are there on the screen also, you and me. So online it's going to happen.
Abdullah, what do you do? Sorry, I don't have my card. This is my office card.
I work for a company, asset management.
Asset management?
Yeah.
Which company?
It's in DFC for a family group.
Which one?
You know DFC?
Yeah, of course I know DIFC.
Work in DFC?
DIFC?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I know DIFC.
Lots of companies. My company name is Tiberius.
What is that? Type?
Tiberius.
So they do asset management for their.
It's only for their family business.
What's a family business? Development?
Family investment. They were into pharmaceutical trading. Now completely into forex, gold, real estate. That's a new project.
It's creative way of
How's your money
becoming
grow?
rich.
How's the money tree
building
growing?
wealth. Avoiding must be
For the business, putting the money into other baskets.
So they are multiplying their wealth basically. Yeah, they are already rich.
How's your money tree growing? अभी कौन सा लिया नया?
Nursery.
नया?
नहीं अभी मेरी जो है उसके रेंट अभी बढ़ रहा है but it is growing तो बड़ी मेरे रेंट अभी going high
Rent amount. As long as you can vacate the guy and get a new guy. Because the same guy will not increase the more than 10% maybe. You have to find a way to get him out and get a new tenant.
sometimes it happens or maybe you get tenant who is agreeing I expect those
I
kinds
managed to remove all my tenants.
Are you into real estate?
I'm basically into sales. Right now I'm with a
Sales of
securities
which industry?
technology.
Okay.
So you are connected with that Sachin's another associate company or what is his name? I have seen your company's look. What is your company name you operate? Sales?
Mine is rooftop sales. Nobody copy with Malika.
No. Is Sachin using your services, rooftop sales, or somebody else in his group? I've seen somewhere the guy who has made my poster on one of his live show.
Who made your
Patri, the Jitendra is there with you or no? I can't exactly remember, but then I've seen rooftop sales.
Entrepreneur Connect. Entrepreneur
Yeah,
Connect is
what
my
is the
platform.
Connect?
It's a networking platform.
Your name?
Alif Yasin.
Okay. I'm there in that group.
So that Entrepreneur Connect, I'm the president. We founded it about 2018.
You know by
Yeah,
your,
Sachin comes in now.
LinkedIn, no?
and,
It is LinkedIn.
It's on LinkedIn, yeah. It's on everything. It's on WhatsApp also. You came also, I think. You came also, right?
Yeah.
Saturday morning we meet from 8 to 9:30 online.
No, I didn't join live session.
Live here, 8 to 9:30. We
On
meet
Saturday.
every Saturday.
I attended long ago. I think.
We do referral business, so you get contacts of your Abdullah Asset Management. I remember. Yeah. I'm the one who runs the referral session.
Yeah, correct.
So we share business leads and referrals. So if you want contacts or from people who
Now you
are
are the president means now they have Organized way.
We started it together.
Okay.
Some of us started it
So it
together.
became
I-
an
from the
organization.
starting.
Yeah. Like a
Yeah,
company.
2-3 of us got together during COVID, and we
Okay.
said, and I've had a company called Rooftop Sales, which was my own company, which is my own company.
I recollected.
Everyone was haggling for business. Everybody saying nobody's paying money. Everybody was like, customers are gone, business is dropping. So I said, Khalas, now come together, find new contacts. So
How you differ from BNI?
firstly, we are online.
Okay.
Secondly, we are global. So we have a lot of people from India, we have a lot of people from Hong Kong, different countries and stuff. So we are positioning ourselves as an online and a global. So we have attendees regularly who are coming from different countries. So you can expand your business to another region. A lot of people from India also, because Indians want to move their business here. And we also get opportunity to get some outsourcing done from India. So it's a win-win.
I think one is Mr. Gaurav.
Gaurav is the co-founder.
Gaurav, Paul. We are in many Toastmasters group. I have seen this one.
Gaurav is, I met him this Sunday at India Club Toastmaster.
Yeah.
Came as a guest.
He told me, yeah.
You can
I was supposed
maybe
to meet
judge
him.
or
Yeah. No, not Sunday. It was Saturday. It was on Saturday.
Saturday afternoon.
It was on Saturday afternoon.
I went as a guest. Hey, how are you, Diksha?
सुबह शाम अभी भी देखते हैं है ना
मैं भी वही बोल रहा हूँ दोनों दीक्षा को आज मैंने दोनों दीक्षा को देखा
अरे हाँ
दीक्षा स्क्वायर
It's gonna have a lot of elite crowd. Huh? All the ones who are on the screen are now in person here. How's life?
hectic
As always.
super hectic but I'm loving it
Which Toastmaster are you in now?
Stanford always my whole plan 22 years
Where do they meet now?
in different places
Oh, really?
from Business Village we went to Dubai Medical Library then we went to Glendale School now I've been Mehman
Oh, now right now you're like, yeah. So you're here often then.
What's that? We need to be saying here. My glass here.
Well, I think we should ask for different chairs. I think this chair is good enough here. Like we should put
This chair is, I want some other chair, I can arrange that for you.
but we need two, then use that chair for one person.
I want it there, it has to be there. We'll remove it.
Yeah, I think either we put two chairs in here, and we can have a conversation. Or we can also remove that chair and replace it.
Good standing, but right now the chair remains.
Please, can you hear us?
I know.
Yeah, I told him.
You should know.
So you have the introduction from Navneet. So Navneet is no, he had tuitions. So I was tuition. I was just thinking
Boss is here. Boss is here. Yeah.
you go and over there.
But I want to see how they take the feedback and take it right.
Hello.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to begin. Grab some chairs. I have loved it.
Thank you for being here.
Super. Ladies and gentlemen,
Boys and girls.
I was just hoping that someone other than him will say that. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here to celebrate. Celebrate a journey which has just begun. 54 weeks, 54 episodes done, more than a year in the making. So many interesting people, as Sachin says, so many interesting people in conversation, and the journey has just begun. For me, my interaction on BYOB with Sachin was one evening we have a chat saying, I need a guest for Will You Be? I said, why not? Incidentally, I was in India in my in-laws place with no Wi-Fi. So he said, okay, we can do this tomorrow. I said, okay, we'll do it tomorrow. And he said, let's just test it out. He said, okay. So I took my laptop, connected to the hotspot of my phone, very botchy connection, lighting is not good. All this you can see in the recording. So we do a test run. He said, you ask a question, and he says, yeah, I'll just do the opening, I'll ask you a question, you answer, and cut. He said, okay. So we start, kids making noise in the background, everything happening, and get on video, he asks a question. I am literally sitting in a corner of the house with a wall behind me, with a window above me, and he asks a question, and I start answering. And I complete my answer. I said, great. And then he asks the next question. It's okay, going with the flow. I answer that question, and I finish. And then he asks the next question. And the next, and the next. And we stop almost an hour later, and he says, done. I said, that was too long a test. He said, no, episode is done. That's how that episode got recorded and then, of course, released on the 1st of Jan 2023. We are calling it 2023. Yes. So for me, it became an absolutely amazing start of the year, being the guest on BYOB. Working with a very good friend of mine for so many years from the Toastmaster days. So, to introduce him, I mean, basically he's a man who does not require introduction, but I still pulled off his introduction from his website, sachinacharya.com. That's your website. So, I pulled out this introduction of his from the website. This is how Sachin introduces himself on his website. That's the key. Now read it with that perspective or listen to it on the Meet Sachin Acharya, the host of the popular podcast Be Your Own Boss. Sachin is a skilled podcaster who's gained a significant following, which is very true, for his ability to engage with successful entrepreneurs and draw out their stories on the show. Absolutely true. We have seen some absolutely amazing stories that have come out of that show. At least for me, there were some stories which came out which I had not thought of for many years. And I see that happening with a few other guests also. They said it was so refreshing talking to Sachin for that recording, remembering your own story. So, really great skill at that going on. His passion for entrepreneurship and art of conversation has helped him build a reputation as an engaging and skilled host. My host. Sachin's guests often include some of the most successful and innovative entrepreneurs in the world, and his talent for asking the right questions has made him a favorite amongst his listeners. On that note, how many subscribers to your YouTube channel? 4,000 plus. Proof of concept. Okay. Whether you are an aspiring entrepreneur or a seasoned pro, Sachin's interviews are a must listen for anyone looking to gain insights into the world of business and success. Because all through those 54 episodes now, what you are hearing is different definitions of success. Because success has meant very, very different things to many, very different people. And when you hear to all that collective wisdom, somewhere you will be inspired to be an entrepreneur, or also, if you are already an entrepreneur, to reshape, refine, and redefine your definition of success. You might just look at success very differently once you have gone through a couple of episodes of BYO. Sachin's guests often include some of the most, okay, I've already been through this paragraph. Yeah, and his ability to ask the right questions throughout the stories. Okay,
Next paragraph.
yes. Okay, whether I think I've already done. Yes. Now repeat in the paragraph. I copy pasted twice. Happens.
There was an echo.
Exactly. I mean, even on Zoom, when you go onto two devices, that happens, right? Sometimes it happens in the real world also. Well, so much so has been said about our expert host, my host Sachin. Time to join. Time for you to join me.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. First of all, thank you so much for taking your time and coming. Like I always say, this is my standard line. I say thank you so much for taking your time and joining us here on the Be Your Own Boss podcast. Welcome to the show. I almost want to say that. Thanks for coming here. And Hemant, thank you so much for doing the honors here. I'm really blessed to have you. All right, so what's next?
Next, we should be cutting off something, a little cake cutting. So, have a seat. The time we get the cake here,
Okay.
just have a bit of logistics. Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. Anybody remembers?
Oh my God.
Kami Kushi Kami Gam.
Yeah.
Can I play the music? Jaya Bachchan. Okay, I think you have the camera.
Yeah.
Because we are filming.
Oh wow.
Anybody can sing well at least? Give it a shot.
It's all on camera.
Yes, all of them.
You can.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. This was just a token recognition of the guru that we see in the host, the BYOB host, who wants to become his own boss, talking to people who are being their own boss. But for us, somewhere, there's a guru inside you who's able to pull out the insights and share it. That's the Indian way of doing it. Now, of course, we do the Western way of doing it.
Bollywood and then Hollywood.
Yes. Join these. When the cake is out, how can you win?
And now I am one side.
The camera is going to this side. Camera is everywhere.
Hi, camera.
Oh, there also. Yeah. There are too many cameras around.
All right. People on Zoom, thank you. What's your I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, louder, louder.
Sachin,
I'm
Sachin, don't cry. Sachin, don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry.
English. Worry. We need to be careful.
Yes. So really, thank you so much. And I think this is the point where I'm empty now. I don't have words except for just two words. Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to invite my team, Guruj, Anupama, Hemant, please come. And yes, Komal is not here yet.
She's on the way. Yeah, she's on the way.
Oops.
Thank you. This is a lot.
We'll all do it together.
Everybody can close.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Woohoo!
Yes,
You all found the video, okay?
Congratulations, so happy for you. Vegetarian. Yeah, I think it has to. I think
That's
so.
So that's a warning for your vegetarian. Please ask.
You just come have a nice photo of cake.
Should have added a photo when you were 1 year old or something. Like, when you're 1 year old, you want first anniversary.
Trust me, you don't want to see that.
Okay, so let's get started.
Yep.
Yes, the story behind the podcast, how it started.
Yeah.
Share it.
Sure, yeah.
Please take your seat. Please take your seat.
So what inspired you? So then here that.
Yeah.
And what audience is going with the questions? Oh, we can take the question.
Yeah, now ask all you.
I'll ask them to meet the table.
We are going to wait for him.
For me, I think Be Your Own Boss podcast was kind of the most logical thing. It just couldn't have happened any other way. That's because, see, when, during adolescence, when a boy or girl turn 13, 14, they all fall in love. This is nature. And similarly, at the age of 30, 35, when you're in the middle of your career, every employee wants to be an entrepreneur. Every employee wants to start something on their own. They feel like the system, the company they're working for is not good enough, and they feel like, no, I will start now. Everybody has that desire. So did I. But the question was, I have a job, I have a family, and how am I supposed to jump off this running train? Because I'm running my family with the salary that I get from my job. If I quit this, how am I going to run the family? And then the next very logical thing that occurred to me was, hold on, there are so many people who are doing it already. People like you you're all entrepreneurs, you all have already done this. You've done this transition. And the very next logical step was, let's go and ask them. If I ask one person, I'm going to get just one perspective. I said, I have to ask a lot of people. And this is the MBA speaking, trying to do the research and document the outcome. I said, I have to ask a lot of people and document that outcome. How do I document this? Let's record those conversations that I have. And then I said, if I record those conversations with many entrepreneurs, why should only I learn from that conversation? I should help everybody else learn from that. So I said, okay, this has to be a podcast. And that's where the idea started. And I said, if we're having this conversation, I need to have a consistent release for the podcast. And the consistency is something that I thought before even starting the podcast. So I said, I have to record a few conversations. So I started with Jensen George. Jensen is not here yet. He's the first guest on the show. And then a few other guests. And once I had a few episodes collected, then I said, okay, now it's time to start releasing one kid. So that's how it started. I'm not really-
The next question.
Yes.
From all these recordings that you did, which one was the most unique, or which one actually, like triggered something, or what was something that completely
There were-
standoffish?
This is like asking, a mother, which of your children do you like the most? But
For yourself, like for your own journey, for your own relevance,
Yeah.
which one talks?
We're asking the father now.
Father finds it very easy to
Mother's answer will be logical, mother's answer will be emotional.
And but there is an emotional answer to this. There was among all the episodes, the episode that touched me the most was of Meenakshi Somasundaram of Educatia. She's the founder of Educatia. It's a coaching institute, and there is something that she said in that interview that really touched me, melted me. She said that I see everybody as a bundle of knowledge. I've always seen everybody as a bundle of knowledge. And I want to talk to people, even a child. I'm sure I can learn a lot from that child. And I want to talk to people, I want to connect with them. But I was never welcome in that group. Maybe because I didn't achieve much in life, maybe because of my looks, maybe because of the color of my skin. And now that I have started Educatia, now that I am a businesswoman, now people see me as a bundle of knowledge. Because I've been always a bundle of knowledge, right? And I think that touched me a lot because that shows that to make her mark as a bundle of knowledge, she had to go through that journey of entrepreneurship, and she became a business owner. So this touched me a lot.
I have a question. I remember you saying, like a few years ago, you had a dream of becoming a radio jockey. Has it been fulfilled through the podcast?
It has, yeah. This is, I think, podcast is a form of video as well. So it is. Although I'd still love to become a radio jockey, so do a late night show on the radio and talk to just random things on radio. That's something that's still on. Hemant?
Like Purane Geet or?
Yes.
the cutest, I mean, all adults on your show, but still, the cutest guest you have had. His definition of
The
cute.
first anniversary cannot be the.
Remember, this is being recorded, and my wife can also see this.
No, we can ask what which is beautiful. The men also can be.
That is fine. We can take one. He was on the show, right? He was there.
I think his episode was the most hilarious one because this was like, we just wanted to test it, and the flow, we just went with the flow, and I didn't feel like stopping, he was answering so well, so I just went. I don't know.
So, I mean, when we did it, which was like almost like 10 months ago, we did it online. I think most of the sessions were happening online. And then you started doing face to face, and then we just went to the desert and did some episode. How did that transition happen from the cozy comfort of being on Zoom to straight to the desert? How did that transition happen?
How your son's story, how he inspired. Your son who told you to do videos?
My son told me to do videos, and also customers told me to do videos. I was like, see, who's the most important people in your business? The customers, right? And it's important to listen to feedback. And this was one of the feedback that I got, that you should do a video, an in-person interview. And now, being a startup, bootstrap, I don't have a studio. So I said, okay, I have to figure out a way to do, an in-person interview and still have the peace and calm and silence of this. So I started with desert. We did a desert. Anupama Sri was on the at the desert. There. We did one by in a forest. Sumit's So Sumit's interview was on in the forest. So I tried to find locations. Dharam's interview, Dharmendra Mehta is here. His interview was on by the lake. So I try and find locations. And thank you to all the guests who woke up so early in the morning and joined me, because I'm an early riser, so I woke up at 4. So and with me, I asked them also to wake up early, and we started the interview at sunrise time.
That I got here, I will interview on and got here.
I haven't done that.
Very good. Hey, one more idea.
If you were to go back and look back at your starting early days of starting the podcast, would you have done anything differently?
I would have started with videos.
Okay.
Yeah. For the first few episodes, I was only uploading it on audio platform. But then the moment I switched to YouTube, things exploded.
Yes.
YouTube has if all the other audio podcast platforms are here, YouTube is right there.
Oh, wow. Correct. No, again, I think having a video adds another level of connectivity.
Yeah.
In terms of the audience, you get to feel and so on. Apparently, there's some research that says our brain cannot differentiate between contacting in person and contacting online. The knowledge consumption is the same. So it's for our brain, it's like as good as seeing someone in person. So I think that's why YouTube works very good. It's a good channel.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
So, if you had not started this podcast, your idea of being your own boss, and now after doing so many episodes, hearing from so many people how they started and what they did and all that, what the change was? Would you start the same way that if you had to be your own boss, what you would have without having these podcasts?
I think that's a fantastic question. When I started the podcast, the idea was not to build this into what it has become today, but it was just to know and go and start something else. I had no clue that Be Your Own Boss podcast itself will become the business, and that the brand that I can build. So that quest itself has transformed into.
So what was your initial idea of being your own boss? Like, what business?
Well,
you had to be your own startup or whatever. What idea did you
I had a long list of ideas, business ideas. Don't we all have when you want to think of starting a business, we all have a long list of ideas. And I had I want to start a restaurant, I want to start IT company, this or that, real estate.
After listening to 100, whatever, 150, 50 only. So, what would you do now? Like, from that list, would you strike out everything, or would you keep some of them, or
I would
do all
focus
of them
on
differently?
I would focus on building Be Your Own Boss podcast and the brand itself as this is as the core business. And then eventually, once I reach a point, I can I want to start adding other businesses, smaller businesses, supporting the same team. Which is, I've got a purpose that I didn't start with. When I started, my purpose was to find out. Right? From finding out, it has become like I want to encourage people to become entrepreneurs. So this purpose has evolved over time. I didn't start with this purpose.
So where is it going now? What is the future plans of BYOD there? What we will see in the near future?
I have actually, good you asked that question. I have 3 things that I want to announce today on this occasion that I'm heading towards. Number 1, how many of you speak Hindi here? How many of you understand Hindi? Okay, perfect. And this is the reason why I want to start. I want to start a Hindi podcast. Alipia has another question. Why? Why Hindi, right? So,
Tap the Indian audience.
tap the Indian audience. And not just Indian. We have our entire Indian subcontinent. We have Pakistan, we have Bangladesh, we have Nepal, where and the Middle East. The entire the immigrant workers here, they don't understand English. So why should this knowledge be restricted only to the English speaking community? This is why I want to start.
Just translate it. Let's do bilingual.
No, you have on YouTube. You have those translation captions. It's auto-generated. So
Yeah,
you manage
with the
Even
subtitles.
voice, no? Nowadays, like when we watch our movies on Netflix,
Jawan and everything.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime, everything you can watch in. I can watch Korean and Hindi now.
So same way, I can do that. I can release the existing episodes in Hindi
Yeah.
and dub the whole thing in Hindi and then release it, and also interview.
And having
There are a lot of
you
entrepreneurs.
can't
Sorry.
do anything in
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
With AI.
You have so many like AI voiceover tools and
Yeah.
so on. So it's really easy now.
And also there are a lot of entrepreneurs who are only Hindi speaking.
Yes. Yes.
You can bring them on board
With
and
amazing
share
stories.
their
also.
amazing stories.
Amazing stories. Like grassroots level.
Absolutely.
And I think that is also important because there is still a massive perception that English is your ticket to success.
Yes.
If you
yes.
can't speak English properly,
You can't.
you are something less. People who are not able to speak English well, they don't speak out in public meetings or even in their office meeting. They just sit quietly. So a Hindi-speaking entrepreneur who is not very comfortable with English, if he's on board and people see that kind of a role model,
It's
that
really-
inspiration will be
Yeah.
very different one.
So you must be following Sandeep Maheshwari.
Yeah.
Look at the audience here. See,
Massive. It's
Yeah,
completely.
even Ranveer Alavadia is also
Yeah.
doing
Yes.
Nobody comes close to Sandeep, I think, in India.
No, Sandeep is the largest.
Massive.
He has the
Massive.
most amount of fan following in India.
Yeah.
Now, Sandeep is
Announcement.
coming.
Announcement. I have 3 announcements.
That was only the first week.
This was only the first one.
Can you please?
Because we never allowed them to go to the second one. We were so
The Vada Pav I want to do this. Yeah, the Vada Pav wala. I know someone who's
She used to make some serious money.
they make amazing. Like I know someone who started as an auto driver in India, and he runs a transportation company now. I mean, he's got so many drivers, so many cars, and he just manages everything. And he doesn't speak English. So I think his story. So that was the first announcement. I forgot the second announcement. Yeah. Third announcement is actually an invitation that the entrepreneurs that you know of, if you haven't been on my show, Samir, you haven't been on my show, we'll schedule our interview as well. So yes, we'll schedule our interview as well. And also connect. And now I'm like opening the calendar for. Earlier I used to only schedule it just for 1 month. Now I've opened it for even longer because the coming 1 month is full of it. So the interviews are scheduled. So now I'll open. Let's schedule the interviews and let's bring all the stories on. So this was my.
So maybe the second one, since you don't have, can I suggest one? Your own course academy, where you can teach the entrepreneurship.
Yeah, sure.
So you can bring in faculties and you can record videos and you can just sell online courses maybe. And your podcast can be the vehicle to sell or promote those courses. Because
we
they are
are
both the
both
same
not-
audience. They're coming to learn and you're giving them more.
It's the same. And I can also tie up with companies that can help entrepreneurs get started, set up the business,
Get funding.
get funding.
Be your own boss.
Yeah, and I remember now what my second announcement was. I'm triggering that.
But I think you should have 100 on your list. People all give me 3, 4, 5.
Let him talk
So,
He will forget again.
the second announcement is that this kind of a Be Your Own Boss community meeting, we will start having this once a month. We'll decide a date and time that's convenient for everybody, and we'll have except for the dinner part that no, I can't. Self-funded. But we should
Bring your own
reach-
dinner.
Oh, Neta, I just want to sponsor.
We are going to
Yeah, she won't like that.
You're putting him on the spot.
Yes, absolutely. This is amazing.
Or we can do it in the morning and say, BYOB, bring your own breakfast.
Yeah.
6:30 in the morning.
No, he asked us to wake up at 4 o'clock.
If it's in the evening, then bring your own bhajia.
Now we're slowly heading towards bring your own beer, so let's start.
So yeah, this is something that I want to start.
So I think I said it in the beginning, didn't put without realizing it was so, that this is just the beginning. This 1 year journey is a beginning of sorts for the great plans you have got, and the more plans which all of us will keep adding to it. And of course, entrepreneurship. I think in our conversation for the podcast also somewhere we're talking about entrepreneurship, and I had said that it's pretty logical to be in a salaried role, and there's a whole logical sequence of operations of thinking when you want to jump onto entrepreneurship. But that final decision is not logical. It's not even emotional. You need to have a certain very high level of madness to become an entrepreneur. Because it is sheer madness to be out there and living the VUCA world, as we say, extremely volatile, uncertain, complex, and absolutely ambiguous. So, all the best for your entrepreneurship journey.
Yeah, it's the
Absolutely. So, I mean, success of BYOB, the whole event, also can be measured by the fact that we got sponsors for this event.
Yes.
So, I need to acknowledge the sponsors.
Presentation.
No presentation.
So why can't we have sponsors every month?
Good idea. The sponsor should.
next sponsor is amazing.
Bring your own sponsor. Before we take this to the extreme of bringing your own things, let's acknowledge the sponsor. Our first sponsor for the evening is Navneet Kampani. Please, while I introduce you. Okay. Yes, Navneet has a long and illustrious career in financial services planning over 3 decades. Quite a long time. Between India and Middle East, having worked in leadership positions with international banks, he's established his authority in the area of banking and asset management. Academically, he's an electronics engineer, finance, electronics engineer, fantastic combination. MBA in finance and Master of Law. Wow. His passion for learning continues as he recently concluded a course in Thinking into Results from Dr. Kanagar Institute, and now embarks on his spiritual learning journey by taking up a course to study ancient Hindu scriptures and being a student of self-realization fellowship from Yogoda Satsang Society. He launched his life blog in 2020, an amazing year I would say, called Your Proper Guide, to share his life experiences and learnings with wider audiences. He often says that he is a guide and not a coach. Would like to really ask you about the proper guide, if you can.
Okay. So when you write, it comes out to be proper, but actually it is pro and per. Pro stands for professional and per stands for personal. These are the 2 elements or 2 wheels of the cartwheel that as human beings we pull along our whole life. So our life is dependent upon our professional and personal wheels that we have. Over a period of 30 years, I realized that you lose your identity as an individual and your identity becomes your profession. So I've asked many people that if I ask a simple question, so Hemant, tell me something about yourself.
I'm a coach, I help businesses.
Stop. I asked him, Hemant, tell me something about yourself. The first thing that came, I'm a coach. I run my business. That's his professional identity. Who is Hemant? I don't know. Coach. Hemant is businessman. But who is Hemant? Who is Hemant? That individual Hemant. Who is he? He's father, he's son, he loves sports, he loves recreation. So this is what I realized, that after 30 years, that someone who used to ask me, Navneet, what do you do? I'm a banker. You know, that pride that we had being a banker. Oh, bhai, banker, baad mein, who are you? Who are you? So this is where this idea of pro and con comes, that we fail to balance our professional and personal lives. And over a period of time, the professional life takes over yourself, takes over your personal life. So this is where the concept came of pro work life. And I'm very specific, I'm not a coach. How can I coach someone when I don't know my own life, when I don't know myself? So I'm a guide. So I just guide. Human beings are born with free will. Let them choose what they want to be in life, and I can guide them.
So who is Navneet?
Navneet is an artist. Navneet was born in a middle class family with values, and as I have written in my blog also, my personality developed when my parents used to ask me when I was 3 or 4 years of age, because I was very talkative. कि बेटा वो poem सुनाओ. अंकल आंटी आए हैं, मेरा बेटा बहुत अच्छा गाता है, बेटा वो गाना सुनाओ. So I hope there are no Hindi. I can speak Hindi, or we have someone who, so I can be more.
We have
So I was told. So that became my introduction to myself. That I can sing, I can recite poem, I can act. So that started off with Navneet. So as Navneet grew, started doing well in school, the parents said, choose engineering or medicines. No options. This or that. So we tried both. So I tried both. I appeared for my MBA exam, I appeared for my PMT exam, and I appeared for my PET exam. So now I'll tell you the dilemma, how our sanskars are developed, or how our paradigms are developed. So that thinking into results from Bob Proctor, he is my mentor, and I have always, even in my book, even in my podcast, I have given the credit to my mentor. In 20 minutes, practically, he transformed my thought process. I can tell you that. 20 minutes, practically. Our first meeting, I joined BNI, and my first one-to-one was with Mr. Deepak Batra.
I'm fortunate to have.
Probably, that was the trigger, a big trigger.
So now we know that it's pro performer at work.
Whoa!
So from one sponsor to the next one, we have a media partner. Just as movies have media partner, travel partner. So this event has got a media partner, which is DigiCat. So they are an e-commerce company. Wondering where, so they have got multiple businesses. So one is an e-commerce company. They also are into wholesale of electronic products and with service in logistics, shipping, and end-to-end delivery business. And yes, they also have a studio, which is where the media partnership comes in, where they rent out the studio for vlogging, content creation, and professional photography. So we have got the team here.
Yes, and we also have Mr. Prasad Shetty.
Oh yes.
How about the class?
How come your association with Sachin? How was it?
So honestly, I've always been fascinated by Sachin. Unfortunately, I never had the time
Okay.
to actually slot the schedule with him. So when this occasion came where I heard from a common friend, Bharat, that he is celebrating his first anniversary, I just called to congratulate him. That's it, nothing more. And that's when the conversation started. You know, strange things happen in life, and generally in business they say it's not logic, it's magic which happens. So when I touched base with him, he said, "What do you do?" I said, "I'm in the business of electronics. I ship electronics to the rest of the world. I just started a new company, DigiCat, and we're into media. And I'm just trying to promote this offline business, online business, so that we can work together, leverage each other's strength." And that's where I thought of communicating with him. He said, "Okay, why don't you come and I lead a media partner. I don't have money to pay to any videographer or any cameraman. So you're my friend. Come on. Join us, come on board." And that's how I just collaborated with him for a day, and that's how we came here. We're shooting this episode, and in fact, honestly speaking, he doesn't know how to even get live stream for this episode. So we are doing the live streaming. That's how important.
Thank you very much. Well, as they say in Hindi once again, बात करने से ही तो बात बनती है. Which brings us to the
Thank you.
yes. When we talk, magic happens. In short, बात करने से yes, we got to talk. We got to go out there, world, and make things happen. And our voice is our primary weapon, instrument, or media through which we make magic happen. Which brings us to our third partner. We have an event partner, Mehman Restaurant, and we have Shiv here. You introduce. Go ahead. So Shiv and Srivalsan, both of them, and Mehman was born in 2023,
28th of Jan on the Republic Day.
Absolutely. So it's been less than a year of Mehman, and something about Mehman and something about your love for Sachin.
Firstly, let me finish with Sachin.
Interesting choice of words.
A wonderful person, very nice gentleman. Happy to have met him on quite a number of occasions in BFF as well as over here. And thank you very much for wasting Mehman and making this event for yours in the evening today. Quite a few familiar faces, of course, Hemant and Ms. Anupama, and of course, people to you. And Mr. Navneet I had met. All of you are almost known to me. And those who are new to Mehman, welcome once again. We are a pan-Indian cuisine, covering almost the entire stretch of India from north to south, east to west, having all the regional delicacies in our menu. Now, here we don't have any fusion or anything like that. It is pure traditional food, the way it is supposed to be served. We are presenting it in a modern way, that's all. So it's in a nice ambience. We have a lounge which is a good complement to the dining, like you see here, events happening. This is a very good place for a lot of events that are, especially weekends, we do have a lot of functions and events happening over here. And our dining is a good capacity of 105 and we are fully licensed. So that is in the gist of Mehman. I will take that few minutes and thank you very much for giving this opportunity to introduce ourselves and welcome to all of you once again.
Thank you very much. As Crime Master said, I have to कुछ लेके जाऊंगा. So now that you are here, you should give away something. So we always manage to get some vouchers to be given away by Shiv. So you're carrying some around. Yeah, he's always carrying some around. Okay, so
that's 2 vouchers.
Only 2. Okay, 2 for 10. So, okay, everybody look at everybody. So just turn around and look at the remaining part of the audience. Look at people in general. And point to the person who was the most engaged audience member?
Right.
No, everybody has to point. It's not just one or two.
Guys, point.
Meena Mainamo.
Point, Samir.
Samir.
I think.
He does not get qualified today. We don't qualify as audience today. We have got Samir's and Alifia. Okay, so I think we have heard Samir and Alifia name being thrown out. Join us on the stage. Thank you, Shiv. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, and the fourth is just all of us being the laughter sponsors of the evening. Well, that brings us near the end of the evening, and since we have been laughing, since we have been having fun, Sachin has had a lot of fun while filming the episodes. And just like any Jackie Chan movie, at the end we would wait for the bloopers to come.
Yes.
Here comes the bloopers. We are taking care of our online audience also, so we'll share the screen, do the jing bang, share audio. While sharing the screen, share audio, that also.
From Indian Navy to entrepreneurship, we have today a guest who's had this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is my sort of jokes. And this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of Jokes. Our guest this week is Martin Al-Masri, the founder of.
That's cool.
Sorry. What does that really mean? What does that mean to you? Let's find out from Divya. And welcome to another episode of Your Own Boss. Our guest this week is a business. From Indian Navy to entrepreneurship, we have today.
I mean, he's got such incidents or bloopers in every episode.
So
Imagine if you
This is just a trailer.
So movie is yet to
because 54 episodes, if you were to pull each one of them out, we will have a 1 hour movie. Yeah. So we'll release that movie in due time.
पिक्चर अभी बाकी है.
Picture अभी बाकी है.
Be your own bloopers.
Great. So I think the sort of agenda for the evening is coming to a close.
No.
So we would say thank you to the online audience and then
Yes.
proceed to the offline.
Yeah, proceed to the main part. But before that, I would like to call the team here on the stage so we can say, we all say goodbye to the Zoom people together. Anupama, Purush.
Yes.
Let's go.
And today we have got one camera there, then we have a laptop here which has a camera. Then there is a camera in that corner, there is a camera in the too many cameras.
This one.
Oh, there's that one here also.
We have gone from every end.
Okay. So let's say this one. And we'll also say goodbye to that camera. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for attending this first anniversary of the Be Your Own Boss podcast.
Of many anniversaries.
Of many to come, yes. Thank you so much. And it's been a pleasure hosting here. You want to say something?
Thank you very much for being here and tolerating me.
It is wonderful to have you all here, and especially the online audience. So maybe another repetition to come soon, right? For sure. So let's see you then. So online audience, thank you for being here.
Guruj is a close friend of mine. He's been very, very supportive in setting up, like arranging this venue, arranging, coordinating. We've been working together as a team. We've been having brainstorming sessions, so many, to make sure this event goes smoothly. And I think it has gone fantastic. There was no echo, no technical glitch, nothing. Everything went so well. It's fantastic. So
We got some over the chat, we concluded.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. The dinner is open now. I think we can.
You can ask group photo. Sachin, you can ask the one who are online to go to the kitchen and grab the dinner.
So bedroom order is placed. 20 minutes.
Maybe actually, yeah, you can go
Group photo, ladies and gentlemen. Please take the red carpet. Red carpet, red carpet.
तेरी फोटो जस्ट मैं उसमें डाल दी
नहीं
वल्ला इधर आते ही स्ट्रीम हो रहा है वल्ला ये स्ट्रीम हो रहा है गया
Okay, we have only for seconds. Can I take one picture, please? Can I take one?
Yes, definitely. One picture here.
Thank you and apologies for coming in. Please,
कपड़े में सो जाओगे
कपड़े चेंज
कपड़े लाए
मैंने नीचे क्लोजेट
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies, take the chairs. Don't stand on the bed.
Why you said?
Ladies and gentlemen, focus on the one camera. The one camera. The live streaming is live streaming is Great. Okay, everybody. Cheers. Give your best smiles to the cute boys.
BYOP. Let's do it again. BYOP.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Yes. Can you take a video? Okay, guys, video time, not a photo, it's video.
Yay!
So,
Something like that.
So we're going to be the laughter boys. Start.
Oh yeah, let's do. What is it?
Like,
Service.
business is madness. So let's become mad for once.
We should say be your own boss. Yay!
Yay! Be your own boss.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, start. Be your
Be
own
your
boss.
Yay! He's keeping you anxious. You better be on the move always.
उस्मान इसको खत्म करना है।
Yes.